Scotty Tradition, one of Wisconsin and YouTube's finest. His PSA set registry related to the Green Bay Packers will leave your jaw on the floor. His pickups of the top 250 sports cards in the hobby is always interesting and exciting. He's deserving of Hall of Fame enshrinement, and I hope Scott gets in so he can celebrate with a spotted cow.
Individual, no category really. I'll just call him the fellow Wisconsinite category. So I'm from Wisconsin, he's from Wisconsin. This gentleman has an incredible collection of cards, football, baseball, rare, excellent condition. Really, it's one of those videos, it's just no nonsense. He shows off his incredible collection with generosity, giving us an opportunity to see all these amazing cards, and he's a fellow Wisconsinite. So I will give him props for these reasons. I would like to nominate Scott, Scotty Tradition.
Speaking of guys that do a variety of things, probably are already in, don't need my vote, but are getting it anyway, Scotty Tradition. Love what you do, brother. I love that you play the Warrior so much. I've commented on your videos about that. You know why I love that, because of the Charles Barkley video from the Sports Illustrated highlight thing in the 80s. Love what you do, man. Every time I look at a Bucks card, I wonder, does he need it?
Here's my one caveat for the super lengthy ones, and I think Scott's been on here for a while. But Scotty Tradition, Scott. I came across his channel, I want to say, would it have been 18? Yeah, it could have been last year. I think it was 18, right around Christmas time. Well, it's very simple. Huge collection of mega cards. I mean, maybe not overall in the grand scope of the community, but there's some monsters in there. In his graded collection, his registries, which, again, I'm not a huge fan of, but I get the chase. I get the chase of trying to get something that's, you want to be on the top of that mountain. So you want to try to get the PSA 10s. I love the Packers registry. That's the one that, especially when he starts pulling some of that stuff out of the 80s. Those are the Packers I remember when they were piss poor brutal. You need to get a PSA 10 Magic Man out of score there, Scott. Family Guy. See his kids open on TV with him, just really quiet, really reserved, really mellow. Love the background music 98% of the time. Spotted Cow, delicious beer. So, and again, when he's mellow and chill, that's usually opposite of me. So, oil and water. But Scott, Scotty Tradition, get him in there this year. He's got to be a cinch.
It's not in order. First one, Scotty Tradition. Just good people. Good, genuine dude from, the northern Midwest. Loves his local teams, gets after it, stays committed to them. Great eye for just for quality in cards and things like that. And sharp attention to detail for things that you like to see about cards, you like to hear about cards when he articulates it about it and stuff like that. Just a passion for it also. I dig it. I dig the channel, so Scotty Tradition gets a vote from me. Next.
That does a little bit of new, but has some vintage, some really nice cards, some graded stuff maybe. Let's open it up, like a little bit basketball, a little bit of football, maybe a little baseball. Another one maybe like really one of like my power index, a high power index. How about that? All right, here we go. Here's another one. Okay, so a little bit of everything here. High power index. Yeah, Scotty Tradition, awesome channel. Just all those things I was asking for. A little bit of new stuff, vintage, all the sports. Lots of folks watching that stuff, and I think watching it all the way through. He's got some really cool pickups lately. Been enjoying his channel. That's a great one. So let's just keep this up.
Another Packer guy. I'm sorry to say there's that's another one back to back, but Scotty Tradition just got into his channel a couple years ago, and I says we gotta meet, and we have met up. We went to, it's his first national last year. He stayed with us in our room, but we also went to a basketball game together. I go to him constantly, not only about card stuff all the time though, but his content is great. His knowledge for everything vintage into modern. If this guy can't make the Hall of Fame, I don't know who can. Super Bowl likable personality. It's easy to talk to him because he knows all about Wisconsin sports. And if you want to go an off topic with him, I just send him a casual Seinfeld quote, and it's just laughter from there. So Scotty Tradition, God, I can't get enough of his channel.
Next, we've got Scotty Tradition with 547 subs. Scott, sorry about your Packers partner. I was hoping we'd get a Packers Kansas City Super Bowl, but certainly gonna have to settle for San Francisco. But
Number 2, Scotty Tradition. Most likely to educate average NFL fans about who Forrest Gregg was, because I sure as heck did not know.
Is Scott from Scotty Tradition. I first started watching Scott's channel after he entered my man cave contest, and he shared his man cave on video. So if you have a chance, check it out. At first glance, I was like, oh, this guy's a pretty extensive football collector. But then he started showing his display cases, multiple display cases in his man cave. And I was like, holy shit, he's got amazing baseball cards on the wall too. And like me, he gets vintage cards in high grade, which is what I really like. And he's pretty selective, but when he does get cards, they're prime examples of high grade cards. So if he gets like a PSA 8, it doesn't just barely, it's not a card that could easily go for a PSA 7. It's more of a card that goes for like a PSA 8.5, because they're always well-centered, great color, especially his football collection. So if you have a chance, please check his channel out. I text him quite often, especially when I have questions on football cards to get, because I don't really know that much about football cards. I only started collecting them maybe the past year, but he's a great resource for me, and he's an avid Green Bay Packer fan, and also he's a big Milwaukee Bucks fan. So when I'm shopping for like a Giannis rookie, Giannis, he's a great guy to reach out to, and he'll give you his opinion whether it's a good buy or not. Like when I was shopping for the Topps Chrome Aaron Rodgers rookie, I said, hey, is this PSA 10 a good price, for that? And he looked at it and he goes, that one's a PSA 10, but it's not really well centered. If you're patient and just wait for another one to be posted, you can get the same card, same grade, but a better example. And sure enough, about a week or two later, another one posted, and I told him, I said, hey, should I go for this one? He goes, go for it. So, really appreciated his feedback.
Next up is we have my brother from up north. He's from Wisconsin, and fucking hate them Sconies. But Scotty Tradition, love his channel. Him and I are a lot alike. Our collections aren't necessarily a lot alike, but him and I mean, we do this for the fun. he's another guy with some laser focus as he's working on the 250 great sports cars, and then his PSA set registry for Packer Hall of Famers, and his love for anything Wisconsin, which I don't see the allure, but whatever, you know, to each its own. But yeah, my boy Scott, Scotty Tradition, had a real good time drinking a couple cold ones with him at the Nationals, so there's that one.
Scotty Tradition. Green Bay Pride.
Is Scotty Tradition. I met him after going on Baseball Collector Mike's live stream that he did back in December, which was a blast. I can't wait till he does it again. And Scotty Tradition's fantastic. We've chatted a little bit on Instagram. He has got an amazing collection, really good eye for cards, and just very focused collector as well, with some unbelievably magnificent stuff.
I made it. You didn't. You made excuses. I didn't. I grew. You didn't. I sacrificed. You didn't. You made excuses. I didn't.
Scotty Tradition, Scott. He's Wisconsin through and through. He had the Packers, the Bucks, the Brewers, beer. I love seeing him talk about a beer too when he's showing cards. So, and he's a good dude. He hit me up on an incredible care package in one of the first, within my first year of YouTube, and it was awesome. And you know what? It's kind of graciousness that makes this community such a fun place and whatnot. And that's not why I'm putting him on the list. He's got an amazing collection. I enjoy seeing him and hearing him and listening to what he has to say about his amazing PSA set registry collections. So he deserves this too.
On the list is Scott. You guys know him as Scotty Tradition. Super nice guy, one of the nicest guys I think on YouTube. Surprisingly, only has 547 subs, but he's actually grown within the past month because he just did a video that he spoke that he had about 502 subs, and now he's already up to 547. So you go, Scott. Scott's been making videos for about 4 years now. Some impressive stuff. He's a big, huge Packers fan. He is from Wisconsin, so of course he does have amazing cards such as like a 57 Bart Starr and a PSA 8. He has a 1959 Jerry Kramer and a PSA 10. And even though he mainly collects football, I mean, he does have some classic, iconic baseball cards as well, including the 57 Brooks Robinson and the PSA 7, as well as a 54 Hank Aaron rookie and a PSA 5. So if you guys haven't checked out Scott's channel, check him out. Super humble guy, very likable. I got to talk with him a little bit in the National. We actually have become friends. And he actually even texts me from time to time, even on New Year's. So that was very nice of him. So thank you for thinking of me, Scott. But again,
Scotty Tradition. Scott, awesome channel, very diversified channel. He's got baseball, he's got basketball, he's got football. I must admit though, but usually the only videos that I watch that he produces are his baseball card videos. Sorry, Scott. I mean, I catch some of his football card videos. I watched one of his vintage basketball card videos today, but awesome guy, 561 subs. Really like him and his channel. This is what his channel looks like. I mean, look at that. Look at all that vintage up there. I love that Hank Aaron rookie. Awesome channel. Scotty Tradition gets my vote for the YouTube Hall of Fame.
I've got Scotty Tradition. I've got him in here for a couple of reasons. He's been in the community for almost 5 years, longer than anybody else on my list, as I checked back and saw when everybody started here. And I've got him in here because, you know, the time and effort he put in and still puts into the YouTube Facebook group. Took a leadership role there, and you know, look, it's a time commitment to make videos and to watch people's videos and to add that on, I thought was admirable. And nice guy, also generous, also very supportive. So Hall of Famer in my opinion, Scotty Tradition.
So we're going a little football vintage here, Packers football vintage. You can probably guess who this is. But he's not just a vintage guy, he also has an amazing modern collection, more Packers stuff, Aaron Rodgers, across the board. And I believe we both picked up these cards at similar times. We collect very similarly, I would say, kind of like Andy. And he's also putting together the top 250 collection. So he's doing the PSA registries. Really good dude. Enjoy his videos, laid back style. He's playing some 90s music, drinking a beer, and just a humble, great guy, much like a lot of these guys here. So Scotty Tradition, definitely get a vote for me.
Scotty Tradition.
Scotty Tradition. Sorry about the Packers today, buddy. What are you going to do? Scotty Tradition, the oldest video I could find is April 2015. He has 542 subs. Scotty does PSA set registries, such as myself. He's into all sports, not just baseball. He does football. He does basketball. He's part of the top 250 sports card PSA set registry. This is another person that's been on for quite a few years, almost 5 years. Needs some recognition, definitely needs to be acknowledged, to be welcomed to our class into the Hall of Fame. Scotty Tradition.
Scotty Tradition. So Scott's channel, he does some PSA registry stuff. He is a huge Green Bay Packers fan, huge Milwaukee Bucks fan, Milwaukee Brewers. So he collects some of the players from those teams, but he also does like the top 250 cards in the hobby. Man, just a lot of super cool stuff you'll get to see on his channel, and he's just really super knowledgeable about vintage football, vintage basketball, modern. I mean, this guy, that's why a lot of these channels, you'll notice that I really appreciate the channels that are like multi-dimensional, like, vintage, modern, different sports. That's the great thing about, so many guys on this list is they know so much about all the different aspects. And these are great guys to know, because if you ever have a question about something, there's probably somebody that's on this list that can answer it. So, Scott's just a great guy too. One of the nicest guys in this community. I really enjoy, talking back and forth with him about sports, not just the cards, but sports in general. So, Scotty Tradition.
I know it's a little sad because his team lost to my team, and my Niners are heading to the Super Bowl. But even if they had won, I still would have nominated you. So my nomination goes to Scotty Tradition.
As a fellow Packer collector, it did not take me long to find a card that represents Scotty Tradition. Here we have an Aaron Rodgers tunnel vision insert from Obsidian Football. Tunnel vision is the best description of Scotty with his collection. He's focused and great collection. Congratulations, Scott, on getting my vote.
One is a little bit different. This guy's primarily a football collector, but he's also doing, I think, the PSA registry of the top 150 sports cards. It's just a great channel all around. He's primarily Green Bay Packers, but Scotty Tradition, Scott.
Number 7. In a way, it's impressive that this guy gets my vote because I'm a baseball card guy. I collect basketball too, but of the big 3 sports, football is the last one that I am interested in. Sure, I watch the NFL, I play fantasy football, all that good stuff,
but football, you know, I'm not really gonna watch your video if it's football cards. This guy, I will watch football card videos for. That's a big deal coming from me. Now, he also collects baseball. He does the top 250 cards in the hobby, but his collection is not only top end, but he draws in an audience for things people aren't even interested in. That's a great example there. I'm very interested in your baseball cards, Scott. Don't get me wrong. Okay, don't take that the wrong way. But Scott, Scotty Tradition, he has 548 subs, and I think he's worthy of a Hall of Fame vote.
7. Scotty Tradition, Scott. This channel is really cool. I really enjoy his channel. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. He has a lot of great information on a lot of great cards and topics. His collection, there's a lot of similarities to mine, so I really enjoy watching his videos.
Scotty Tradition, Scott, I believe his name is. Actually been messaging back and forth here and there. He's a lacrosse alum as well, so that's pretty cool. Went to the same college. Collect a lot of the same things. He's into a lot more vintage than me, but hope you guys go check him out. Really nice guy, and definitely deserves you guys to go check him out. He definitely is a great collector. A lot of vintage, but he also sprinkles in some of that Green Bay Packer and Milwaukee Bucks love that I like to see on people's channels. So definitely go check him out. He's definitely one of the nominations I'm going to use.
What's up, YouTube? Scotty Tradition back with a video, and got a 1 package mailed in today, and it's kind of a big one. Not gonna lie, this is my biggest pickup since probably early last year when I picked up the Bart Starr rookie card in the grade of an 8. This is this is an awesome pickup. You don't see them come up all that often. It was kind of a spur of the moment purchase. I usually don't do that. Usually I'm very calculated, very planned in my purchases. But every now and again, a card just comes up and it seduces you. And this is that card. I never thought I would actually own this particular card. Let me get that out of there. And then I'm going to kind of get it out of its packaging. And we're going to do kind of a slow roll here. Let's look at the back first. It is an Aaron Rodgers rookie card, numbered 99 out of 100. And it is the black refractor. Check that out. What a beautiful card that is. Unbelievable.